Hello everybody, I'm Sierra, and if you just tuned into my channel Red TV Plays, I want to give a warm welcome and hope you enjoy my playlist. In today's video, I'm introducing you guys to a new series called Retro Classics, in which I share some of my childhood games with you all. I have always wanted to do a series just like this and wanted to introduce you all to the first video in the series, which I'm doing it on a PlayStation 2 Classic, which was a launch title and it was released in October 2000, Timesplitters. This was a first-person action shooter in which you play as a character that's linked with their current time frame. So I'll explain what that is in a few minutes in this video, but for now I just wanted to let you guys know that I was starting a new series, and I know I've been slow in my videos, but a lot of things have been happening with health problems, and I wanted to focus on that for right now, but things have gotten a lot better since then with me. So I just want to let you guys know that in this video. That's why I've been slowing down on my videos a little bit, and I do apologize for that. So without further ado, you guys, grab some popcorn and a drink, get comfortable with your favorite blanket or even your favorite seat. Let's get started with today's video. Before we get started with today's video, you guys don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. So yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. What in the world are you supposed to do in this game? Believe me, when I started playing this game back in 2000, I had no idea what I was really supposed to be doing. In the game, you do collect these collectibles, and well, you collect suitcases and the objectives that are related to the time frame. So yeah, it really wasn't an exciting experience for me, but I did think that the game mechanics and the gun mechanics were actually pretty cool, and even the guns sounded really cool as well. But other than that, after you collect your thing you're supposed to collect in or what you want to call objective in the game, your main objective is to go all the way back to the insertion zone. So yeah, pretty basic game, no story, no cutscenes, just your basic collect objective item and go to the insertion zone top game, and you end up getting chased by these things called Timesplitters, and the ones I was shooting, those are it. So after you complete the levels, you get some things like new characters, new arcade bots, and so on that you can play in arcade mode. So this is your main menu, and I wanted to talk about some of the things about it. So your story mode is your basic story mode, where it takes you in no more than 9 levels, from like the years 1935 Tomb all the way up to 2035 and all that. And you can even obtain the normal and hard modes of the upper levels when you beat the easy levels. So if you beat the easy levels and all the levels, then you get the normal and hard difficulties unlocked. But you also have to beat the normal and hard modes and everything before you do that first. There are 18 characters to choose from. Each one of them is corresponding to their time frame. So, Lady Jane and Captain Ash is in 1935 Tomb, and the other characters were like 1970 and all that, or 2000 or whatever. Arcade mode is your basic multiplayer, which back then on the PS2 you could connect 2 controllers or even connect 4 controllers if you had an attachment that would have allowed you to do that, and you and your friends could play multiplayer against bots and all that stuff. Your map maker, you can create your own map to play with bots and everything. So that's pretty much everything that you could do in the game. And then you unlock additional modes the more that you complete the game in a certain time. Your settings for the multiplayer, your statistics will show that, show everything that you've done, like the number of kills, most kills without dying, kills within 3 seconds, and so on. And it shows that my favorite character I've played is Captain Ash, so I don't know where that came from, but I have played, I think I've played 1935 Tomb more than any other thing. And that's pretty much it for the statistics. The next part is to introduce you guys to other things later on, but I gotta say though, the arcade mode was pretty fun. It goes by pretty fast. You can set a time limit, you can set the number of scores you can do, and so much more. There's even other game modes and stuff that you can unlock as well, and really worth it in my opinion. And then there's challenge modes, so don't think that there's less to do, but challenge mode, there's 3 challenges unlocked, like one called Behead the Undead, where you have to shoot heads off 50 zombies in less than 2 minutes, bag 100 in 105 minutes, so I guess that means you have to go duck hunting, so yeah, it makes sense. And then there's one called a 10-man trial, which you have to grab the brain in a box, keep hold on it for 1 minute, and I think you have to defend yourself from enemies coming at you and trying to steal your brain. So yeah, if you complete all that, then I think you unlock other trials. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But other than that, from shooting zombies to shooting other enemies as well, it was pretty fun to play overall, but there was a few little minor things I really did not like about Timesplitters 1 at the time, and sometimes even out of nowhere you can end up just dying out of nowhere. So yeah, even the littlest thing can result in your death. And sometimes, even out of nowhere, you do have to figure out the situations that you put yourself into, and you even have to know where the enemy's going to spawn at before they even pop out or something like that. But I gotta say, overall, my favorite part about at least Timesplitters 1 is the game mechanics. So you have a wide array of weapons, from Tommy guns all the way up to laser guns, to even grenade launchers and rocket launchers, and using those was a blast, and I loved blowing up enemies and stuff, and the way they fell was absolutely hilarious. I mean, some of them would just even blow backwards or front flip and all that, and it was just a lot of fun to watch that. And overall, the game itself was just awesome, and I do like it from time to time, but I was pretty disappointed when there was no cutscenes or story to it. It was just a basic like shooter where you just collect the objective and that you have to get, like a skull or a suitcase, or even in one of the levels, you gotta get like a bag of food. I mean, like literally a bag of food. And then you go back to the insertion zone. And all of that while avoiding these little alien creatures called Timesplitters that pops in and out, and it kind of spooks me sometimes when they do, because these guys, they can shoot beams at you and really damage you. So they take a quarter of your health away, and it's just like, it's crazy. But overall, in the first Timesplitters, I really do like the game mechanics, the combat and all that, but otherwise, I'm not a big fan of the story part, where you just get the collectibles and all. One of my favorite things about my childhood was experiencing more and more games. Now, when I was 8 years old, I played my very first rated M game, and I'm going to do a episode on it eventually, which was Max Payne. So Max Payne was my first rated M game I've ever played, and it was absolutely a memory to me playing that. And well, we'll talk about that in the next series and all, but I just wanted to mention it. But Timesplitters 1, even though it really wasn't much of a game, I still like it. It's just, yeah, I'm still disappointed with the story part. And yeah, this is definitely one game that takes me back to my childhood, and I enjoyed it 100% playing it with a friend back then, and just connecting a controller with your friend and everything, playing the arcade mode. It sure was a blast, and I just 100% liked doing that all the time. So yeah, the next thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the load save thing on PS4. So we're going to talk about the PS4 or 5 version, but whatever you like playing. So first thing you notice is the save state. So when you press the options menu on your controller, it brings up the load save menu, and it shows the bottom part, which is the saving. So be sure that you save your game, because the game itself won't save, because it's an emulation basically. Your settings, visual presets, it's set to default. You can't change those, so we're going to forget about that. Enhancements is basically where you can enhance the game to look a little bit more better, but when I enabled it, there was no difference at all. So I just keep that off anyway. And the region part, you can change it to NTSC or PAL region. So yeah, the region part, that's actually pretty cool, because depending on where you live, it will be automatically set to your region. And that's always a good thing, because some of us are NTSC, many of us are PAL region and all that. This right here is where you can customize your controls. So that's what you can do on all PS1, 2 games, all that stuff. You can change it from either this menu, or you can change it from the in-game menu. And well, I wasn't really feeling comfortable playing Timesplitters with the shooting button at R2 to R1, and then I switched the aim to L2 to L1, and then alternate fire was switched to R2, because, well, it actually felt more comfortable. And other than that, I was more comfortable and stuff. So yeah, I had no problem with that overall. But anyway, yeah, this is the menu that you can access from the main menu when you start up the game and everything. So you can switch each one of these buttons to your preferred setting, and that's how I did it. I was actually more comfortable playing the game. So another problem I had with the PS4 version was the fact that trying to aim for a zombie's head in a level was kind of complicated. And the other thing I didn't like about Timesplitters 1 was some of the weapons was pretty weak, and even when you try aiming for their head, it was, the PS4 version was kind of loose, whether you were trying to aim, and I kept auto aim on, and I was having a little trouble with the controls here and there, but other than that, I was just enjoying my time playing this game. But otherwise, I don't recommend it if you don't like it. If you don't like first person shooters, well, that's your all's thing. And well, this game was absolutely a lot of fun here and there. I didn't enjoy a few of the levels, however, because some of the levels were kind of hard to figure out where you're supposed to go, and well, I had a few little troubles, like on this level right here, for example. I was having trouble trying to find my way to the insertion zone, and while being chased by Timesplitters, of course. But other than that, I think you'll enjoy it a lot more from time to time. But who knows? Maybe you would. After almost 25 years of Timesplitters coming out, this game still remains one of the top best. I'm not going to say it's the number one favorite, but it's still a pretty good game overall, minus its objective collection and going to insertion type game mode. But other than that, if you still remember playing these games growing up, then you'll still enjoy them from today. And if you still have your PS2 from back then you can break open, get your friend together, and play a quick game of Timesplitters. But other than that, this game does have a lot of good things and bad things, depending if you're playing on the PS2 version or you have the PS Premium and playing it on PS4 or PS5. The only negative part about the PS4 and 5 version is there's no trophy support, so don't expect a miracle for trophies to come sooner and stuff. But other than that, you guys, these games still are a part of my childhood, and if you still remember these games from back then why not play it again? Get PS Premium and Extra, and you can get it for one low fee, $17.99 a month, and you can enjoy these games a lot more. And no, I'm not sponsoring Sony for this video, but I do want to thank Sony for bringing out these games again. So whether you're dying for the very first time or you're bringing yourself into these games again, the memories of this game will always be true to my heart. And maybe it will be to you too.